transformed from commodity for state food for the people around the village. After that, we adapted it, reconstructed and made it a wine cellar. The two owners of this winery are agronomists by profession, especially of cultivation of vineyards and olives. And in 1996, we produced our first 100 bottles of wine, but we didn't sell them. We gave them to our friends. They gave good opinion about them, so this was our first spark that pushed us to go more to our production. Okay, so this is the first room, the fermentation room, where the wines get fermented. Here are both white wines and red wines. These are stainless steel tanks and each of them has a thermostat that keeps the temperature constant in every of them. And the fermentation process lasts only 22 days. After that time, of course, different wines have different time of aging, just staying into the tank. But fermentation as a process lasts only 22 days is the maximum. And fermentation is the second step that is more important for high quality wine. Because the first one is the grape, second one is fermentation, and third one is aging. And in the best year, we produce around 70 to 80,000 bottles. But in that quantity, most of our production, 75% of our production is only with red wine here. Because Albanians are more into red wines. Here they are more into heavy, old, that are also aged. That's why I produce 5 red wines here and only 2 white wines. One is semi-dry white wine and the other one is dry white wine. Okay, so about the vineyards, they are around the winery, but they are not in the same place. We have them in separate places as it depends on the variety of the grape. Some of the grapes grow in the ground and some of the grapes grow on the hills. But most of our vineyards are autochthone grapes. Autochthone grapes, I mean grapes only from this region, only from Berat region. So local grape, you can find them anywhere else. Right now we have around 35 hectares of vineyards and in the future plan we have 50 hectares. This is the max that we want to get. Okay, so as you see the tanks have different capacity. They're all made here in Albania, but from Durrës. And the biggest one is the end is 20,000 liters in that. Also, when you cool down the temperature in the fermentation process for the white wine, we do it in a natural way. That means we put cold water outside of the tank, of course, and then the water goes here. For the white wine, it needs to be always very low temperature, even into the fermentation process. Okay, so this was the first room. Here happens only fermentation process. You can take a look around and ask me any question before I show the bottling room. Here we do everything in one machine. We clean the bottles here. Of course, they already cleaned by them, but we put them again in a step. After that, we fill them with wine here. As you see, the tubes up there are connected to the tanks. So after the wines, then to the bottles. We also close them here. That means we put the corks and also put the labels here in the end. So it's all automatic here and we just need 2 people. One in the beginning just to put the empty bottle and one in the end to scan the bottle. This was one of the biggest investments, but also best investment we ever made. Because before there were so many workers. Also the capacity is 1,000 bottles per hour. So for the maximum of 1 week we finish everything with bottling process, of course. Around 70,000 bottles. So it also saves our time except for the workers.
Yeah.
And this machine is bought from Italy. Also the bottles we get them from Italy. Except for the corks we get them from France. But we use this machine only for our winery and only for bottles of wine. Because for the bottles of Ferrari we have another machine. Because it has different shape of the bottle so it doesn't fit here.
Yeah.
But because up there is a cooler that cools down the temperature before we start to press the grape. So we first pre-cold the grape for 1 day. We close every door as you see, we do like a fridge room, move the temperature to 20 degrees. And the next day we start pressing all the grape. So all the grape you see here today, tomorrow is gonna be pressed after it stay here 24 hours overnight. So it's a whole process, keep compressing because we make sure to cool it down very well. And the grapes come from that door, because as I said, the vineyards are on the wine. So this is really effective to have all the grape here, and also for the workers to run easier by the other side. Except the harvest is still do it by hands.
Still do it by hand?
Yeah, because there are many workers,
like
all the hills, yeah.
Oh wow.
There are many workers, like 40-50 workers.
Wow.
But here, inside of the winery, each of the process has a machine that is also automatic. Because also the pressing machine is also automatic. You just put the paper up, turn it around, and it up. Now let me show you the room that the wine ages in the bottle. Okay, so this is the room that the wine ages in the bottle. Thank you. From 6 months to 24 months. We see the maximum for the white wines only 2 years in the bottle, because white wine is always a yellow color. As I said, we don't like bacteria to serve it fresh with light color. For the red wine, of course, we age it for more. But white wine, we recommend to everyone to drink it very young and fresh, so you can taste the original flavors without the oxidating. That's the reason why 2 of our white wines are from last year, from 2024. Because we keep them very young and fresh and only the bottle. We don't age in white wine to the old barrel, as I said. And here we also age rosé, because rosé produced here, it's not sweet wine, it's dry wine. And it's 100% red grape, Sarina grape, local grape. But the reason of the color is because during fermentation process we separated the skin from the juice. So for the rosé, we fermented just the juice without the skin. That's like a pink light color. But it's not sweet wine, it's dry wine and only ages in the bottle as well. We don't age in a rosé into the old barrel. And also from last year, from 2024. As I said, it's very fresh and young. And the wine ages here, because this is usually a cool room, but it's not cool in here, it's all natural. It comes from downstairs, because upstairs is all on the ground. So just close the door and the coolness comes naturally from downstairs. Coolness is very important factor for the wine to age very well in the bottle. And now let me show you the underground cellar, where we age all the red wine into the old barrel. This way. And the humidity and low temperature are all natural. We're all underground. The humidity is around 70 to 80%, and the temperature doesn't go higher than 20 degrees in this room, so it's always constant. Also, there are 2 most important factors for the red wine to age very well inside the barrel. Okay, so we have 120 small logs and the other ones are big. We take them from different places around the world, like America, Germany and France. And we only use them 3 times. 3 times and in 7 or 8 years. After that time, we take them off and replace them with new ones. Because if we leave them more, it gives a bad flavor to the wine. It gets too much good flavor, the barrels is used too much. And the red wine also stays in them from 6 months to 24 months. After 2 years, the red wine just ages in the bottle. So it doesn't matter if the red wine produced here is 3 years old or 4 years old, the maximum inside is only 2 years. After that time, it just ages in the bottle. For 1 year or 2 years, then depends on the wine, of course. Okay, so you have 120 small logs, and as I said, we bought them from different countries. They're all made from oak, but the reason that we take them from different places is because before putting the wine inside, we have made many tests and many analyses to see what it's best to keep the wine. Different varieties require different specific to age one. We have red wine that ages one specific oak barrel only, and we also have other red wine that switches the barrel between during the aging process. That's why we go from different places so I can give the exact flavor that you want to get. And we use the pure quality of the barrel. The pure quality I need the first use, because they're all bought new and fresh, they weren't used before for drinks like tequila or whiskey. Of course, they're really high cost, but we focus at destination here and high quality wine, not quantity, so it's very important for us to buy them. And about the big barrels, they have a limit of 15 years that can be used, because they have more capacity, of course. After that time, we also replace even the big ones. Okay, so the oldest one in this room is 1996 to 2021. When we first produced wine, we kept some bottles and then nearby refilled all the stock. But they're not for sale, just keep them for the history of the family. Also, they're too old to be drink, almost 30s now, so we keep them all like a collection to see how much improves step by step and also how much one changes year by year. The oldest one that you see is only 4 years old, not older than that. The other part is, of course, is the important part for the history of the family. Okay, so now I will explain you the Nurellari family sculpture here. Inside the business. Here are 3 sons, 3 brothers and 2 parents. And we made it for our generations to sit and to sell the business. Until now, until the 3 generations here, so we will continue traditions. They can be proud of it and not sell it to other people. Because still, all the people that are here inside the winery are part of the family. For other processes like harvest and everything, there are many workers, but here inside of the winery, not a single person is up to the family. That's why I call it a family business, because we want to keep the tradition here. And we also export our wines as our Albania in Germany, Belgium, Netherlands, Switzerland, Italy, Norway, and also all over Albania, in the restaurants and supermarkets.
Hello.
But the grape actually is not called Berat, called Devina Ebarte, see on the paper. The way we put this name is just for the market, because except in our area, in Berat and other area, the same type of grape they call it Berat. So we had to change it just for the market. Grapes planted in 400 above the level sea. It's 5 kilometers from here. It stays 10 hours a day under the sun. So stays like this make your grape very sweet. Sweeter is the grape, better is the wine. As you see here, this yellow is our 2 parcels of this type of grape. It's almost near the river here. 5 kilometers, but near the river. There is a river to go through the village. We planted this one 10 years ago, and now all this area, all those 2 parcels are on a full production. The formation of that land is so good because 1 meter underground there is a formation that call it potassium. Potassium make your grapes sweeter. Potassium, the roots of the grape stays easy. When it's raining, even a little bit of rain will go through the roots. So it helps to keep healthy the grape. We can find even cheaper on the field, but for us, what we do, it's in the field it's to plant wheat and corn, not to plant the grape, because you can't get the sweeter grape. Then we go on the hill. We produce around 8,000 bottles a year. All sell it at the next year. I mean, it's in 1 year also. And we are happy about that, because white wine should be tasted at the first year. Even the second year is not a problem. But after that, you can't get all the flavor of it. The temperature, which should be this wine, should be good of 8-9 degrees. That's the best that you can smell, get the flavor, you can taste the wine, not the alcohol. If you keep it warmer than that, then you feel the alcohol. Cooler than that, you don't feel anything, just the water. And then when it gets warm, it goes 9 degrees, then you can get the flavor. So, suggestion, wherever you go, the wine should be drinking at the first year. This one is 2024, and when you smell that one, exactly, it smells like the lemon tree, white flower of lemon tree. And when you taste it, it's very fresh, and you can't feel any weight liquid on your mouth at all. You just need another glass. Are you ready?
Yes.
Thank you.
Try and tell me your opinion. Cheers. Albania, because even during the communism, the only white grape they made the white wine was Fushë. And we produce around 13,000 bottles a year. It's more than the other ones. The grape planted in 500 meters above the level sea. It's almost, we have one hill planted with this type of grape. It's near the Tomori mountain, village called Capino. Is the origin from the owner. And this one also during this part of land, also during communism, used to be planted by the grape. Same formation, as I said, I explained even before, that helps the grape to get sweeter. Almost 10 years under the sun during the day. This one gets sweeter than the other one. Because it gets sweeter, now we are trying to make, with Tulsi, we are making holy wine, we are making raki. Because the body of this the wine, it's full of flavors. I mean, it's so nice. It's better. It's thicker than the other one. You see, Lavard, and have a lot of flavors of fruit like apple, pear, and apple. All variety you can find it when you taste it. This is 13% alcohol. It's 0.5 more than the first one. Of course, the temperature is the same to drink it, between 7 and 9 degrees. Drink it at the first year, it's the maximum flavor you can get. It's very enjoyable, even having fruit on your table. You don't need a heavy meal at all for that. Actually, this is my favorite. When I work hard, drink that one, and I sleep like a baby. And coming in the morning, 8 o'clock, I said, oh, time to go to work again. But it's like a regeneration in body. It's so enjoyable, even on having company. I'm sure from one conversation you'll go to another, just because you like to stay with that one. Would you like to try it?
Absolutely.
With this one also we are trying to make a champagne, as you see downstairs.
Oh,
the same
okay, that's
grape.
that grape. Okay.
Just because this grape is so sweet and help us to manage. We'll see. In the end of the year we are going to get the result. We are on the first year that trying to make a champagne. It will be a surprise even for us.
Oh, good.
This is the only red wine that the tree plant never goes to the oak barrel. We are doing fermentation on tank for 8 months. Another 16 months stay on the bottle before it gets to your table. This one 2023. This is kind of the wine that even somebody doesn't like a red wine to drink because he said, no, I don't like the red because it's strong, it's heavy, it's alcohol on it. This is not. This is just 13% alcohol. And the fruit of this grape is almost like blue like this leaf.
Oh.
It's kind of a different fruit. Before, you find that fruit on the tree, on the forest. Just the vine goes on the tree and you find that fruit. Just because it's so special as a grape, we had to plant more roots. We cut the branches and plant more to have it more and more every year, because you make very good red wine without goes on oak, with less tannin on it. You can feel a little bit of tannina just because of the cork, because cork made by cork.
Okay.
All our corks using for bottles we buy in Portugal. They are all guaranteed to keep this wine for 15 years. That's for sure. This one is very enjoyable with very light meal. You don't need to order any heavy meal to getting this done in the end. Taste is like a blueberry and red cherry in the end. It's kind of the taste of a white wine that you haven't tried before, because all red wine they do a treatment on oak, but this is not. Are you ready to try what I say?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
In Albania, if you don't know what is the raki, you are in Albania.
I don't know what the raki is. I've never had.
The raki is distillated. This raki is distillated by pulse grape.
Okay.
As I said, the bottom of the tank, we don't circulate the one that is a thicker liquid. We just separate and we distillate to make the raki. You know how we make the raki? The way we just boil with that one.
Oh.
There is a cup on the top of the hand, which is the air when you boil going in, and then goes to the cool area, cool water, and conditionate the area, and when it comes down, comes the raki.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, raki in Albania they drink in the morning even with the coffee. Give me a coffee and a raki, they say. Raki is just in the morning, it's open your veins, leave your blood to run fast, make you happy to work and all that, you know.
Good.
It's 40% alcohol.
Whoa.
Just drink it slowly, not as a shot.
Man.
Okay?
Okay.
And if you forget the jacket at home, just take this one with you.
40% alcohol. It warms you up.
Even if it's 40%, it doesn't burn. It's just soft, goes so soft on you. The only thing you understand after is you just warm on your
Okay.
That's why I said, even don't worry if you don't take your jacket, just don't forget the raki. Try. The reason how we make blue fermentation, we do without the skin of the fruit. This is the only way to get a rosé fresh and with all the flavor of the fruits, and with less tannin on it, because the skin of the fruit has tannin, making the rosé very enjoyable. This one with the dessert, having this rosé, even if it is 13.5% alcohol, you can feel it. The taste is like a strawberry and red cherry. And on your back, when you drink it and finish, and when you try to smell, it's like a flower. So it's very, very enjoyable with the dessert. Ready?
Yes.
And don't forget, 7 to 9 from
Degrees.
white to rosé. Enjoy.
Thank you.